Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Apex to Apex. I know it has been a little while, just over about a year, I think, year and a half maybe, since I've made my last video. And this is my 1999 Kawasaki Ninja 500R. Picked this thing up late last year, or early last year actually. But I know y'all probably wondering, where have I been the last year and a half? Where's the drift car? Where the hell did this motorcycle come from? And I'm gonna get into all that today. We're just gonna kind of go for a little ride down to go get to a cafe, and I'm gonna explain everything as we go along. So without further ado, let's just get it right into it. Let's see here. So I hope I turned it on. So 99 Kawasaki Ninja 500R, carbureted, parallel twin, makes about 60 horsepower, nothing crazy. But let's see, nobody's coming. We have a scooter coming, of course. Actually no, it's another bike. Oh, that's cool looking. Alright, well, we already got into the maps where we're gonna go, so let's just go ahead and go. But yeah, so we're currently on the way to a little cafe. It's called A Lot of Friends, or Latte Friends. And the really cool thing about this cafe is that the majority of the staff that works there are all people with some sort of special needs, learning disabilities, that kind of thing. And it gives them an opportunity to, get jobs, get work experience, that kind of stuff. And I thought it was really cool, and I wanted to go check it out. It's about half an hour away, so we'll kind of just be following. This is the Gulf of America right here, as it has now been coined. But we're just going to be following this water down the coastal road for about 30 minutes. And, while we do that, I'm going to explain to you guys kind of where I've been, all that kind of stuff, what the future's looking like for me, and just a couple other things. So obviously the last time y'all had seen me, I was doing drifting videos up in Ohio with the 350Z. And don't worry, I still have the Z. That car is not going anywhere. That car is my absolute baby. But at the moment, it's not running. It's kind of just taking a back burner on life right now. I'm 21, so at this point in my life, I really need to be focusing on my career and doing that kind of thing. And obviously drifting is cool, but it doesn't pay the bills. But I obviously still want to do drifting. That is a hobby of mine. I love doing it. I never want to stop. Automotive in general, whether it be motorcycles or cars or anything like that, I love it. So none of that is ever going to go away. But I wanted to take a break from that and really focus on my career, save some money, and do adult things in life for once. So obviously, some of y'all may know, I used to live up in Ohio. I was doing auto mechanics in school, learning how to be an automotive mechanic, talking to race teams, and all that kind of stuff. And I ended up leaving, and I'm now down here in the Gulf Coast of Mississippi. And some of y'all may think, why would you do that? Why would you leave, your dream career? And the reason being is because it is a dream of mine, like a hobby. It's something I love doing, right? And I was afraid that I was going to turn something that I loved doing into a career. And then doing that, 40 hours, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week, I was going to end up hating that hobby, and it was no longer going to be enjoyable for me. So I decided to leave. I moved down here, and I'm currently in the process of deciding whether I want to actually join the military or not. Things I've been looking at is like being a firefighter, doing air traffic control. That was something my father did for many years. Bionuclear engineering, like weapons engineering, or just anything, right? Military is always a great option when it comes to careers. They always set you up really well. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment. But, you know, enough on that. I'm over here, beautiful coast, enjoying the motorcycle. It's a beautiful day out. Nobody give me hate. I am not currently wearing any upper body protection. I'm literally just in a long sleeve shirt. It is currently 85 degrees out and humid as all hell. So no, I'm not wearing a sweatshirt, an armored sweatshirt today. It's not happening. I'm sorry. Yes, I am fully aware of the risks that I am taking by doing that. But no, we'll just take it. We'll just be careful today. Nothing crazy. But yeah, so today I just wanted to kind of bring back the channel a little bit. Maybe we could talk about the motorcycle for a little bit, because y'all are probably wondering where this came from. So early in last January of 2024, I actually picked this thing up for about 1,800 bucks. It's a 1999 Kawasaki Ninja 500R. Great starter bike, by the way, if you're looking for a starter bike. But I bought this thing for about 1,800 bucks. Brought it home, rode it for about 2 weeks, and then the transmission blew up. So that was awesome. Basically, I was shifting it into second gear, the chain snapped, and it took second gear with it. And if you don't know about these bikes, you cannot separate the engine and the transmission. It is all one big piece. So to get to the transmission, you basically have to tear apart the entire engine. So that basically halted this thing running for a while. I was able to get a parts bike for it with a working engine, threw that engine in, and then that engine ended up having a bent valve. So about a year later, we finally have a basically brand new engine in this thing. This engine has like 5,000 miles on it, and it's been absolutely wonderful. I've had no issues. It's been about a few weeks now I've been riding this bike. It's been great, no issues. And yeah, so obviously this is something new to the channel, a motorcycle, not a drift car. And like I said earlier, we still have the drift car. The drift car is not going anywhere. The car means a lot to me. But obviously you probably want to know what the plans are for that thing. So that car is currently sitting in a storage unit. It's not running right now. And the reason being is after the last time I drove it, obviously I beat the hell out of that car, and I think that it really deserves it needs a well-deserved bumper-to-bumper refresh. Suspension, all new fluids all the way around, getting some upgrades on it, getting it repainted or wrapped, something just to make it, spruce it up a little bit. And then some other little fun things is I actually have a supercharger waiting to be put on right now. It's an old top mount, still in supercharger kit. If I remember, I'll put a photo up so you can see what it looks like. I wanted to do something different. People supercharge Z's, turbo Z's all the time, but they're usually pro charger kits, and then obviously single turbo, twin turbo, but nobody does the top mount kits anymore. And the reason being is Stirling kind of stopped making them, just because they didn't make a lot of power, but you can still make up to like 400, so that's all I need in my car. But that car is obviously just kind of sitting right now, unfortunately, just because I've been trying to save funds to put to other things, trying to find a place to live on my own, or just whatever, I end up doing in my life. So that car eventually will show back up on the channel. If I end up going military, I'm going to bring that car with me to base, and we'll work on it there, get the thing back up and running. Drifting is not going anywhere. It's just been a slow process for sure. But now that we got that out of the way, I'm going to enjoy my ride a little bit. And next time you'll probably see me again. If something cool happens or whenever I show up to my destination. But for now, I'm kind of just going to enjoy the ride a little bit, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Oh, also another thing too, I forgot to mention, is I also make content on social media, so Instagram, TikTok, they're all under the same name, Apex to Apex. So I've been a little bit more active over there than I have YouTube. So, you know, I would say check those out. I plan on making some content later today, maybe, that should be going out in the next week or so. But that's something I forgot to mention earlier. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely go down. I'll leave links in the description of the video. Please go give me a follow over there. It means a lot. But then also, you know, if you enjoy the YouTube, even though I don't post a lot, you know, like the video as well, subscribe to my channel. I definitely love making YouTube videos. I just haven't had a thing to make YouTube videos with. The drift car being down, the motorcycle being blown up. I haven't had any like content to make in like a year. I've just been daily driving my little Fiat around. If y'all have seen that, you know what I'm talking about. But that thing's not really, you know, a fun car. That's just a car I drive every day, to and from work, you know. But, and if y'all have any ideas as well of content I can make, you know, don't be afraid, you know, drop a comment, whatever. I'm down to do a bunch of stuff. I'm bored most of the time, actually. I'm kind of just sitting around doing my own thing. So if y'all have any ideas, things you want me to do, you know, drop them down below. I'll definitely look at the comments, check them out. But yeah, that's something I just wanted to touch on. Oh, Jesus Christ, it is hot as balls out today. And I was saying earlier, it's like 85 degrees outside, but we're also on the coast too, so it's humid as hell. And it's also been raining the last few days, so that doesn't help that either. But it is really pretty out here though. We actually just passed one of the big casinos around here. It's called Island View. People win money there all the time, apparently. I don't know, I've never been in a casino, but it's a nice area. I definitely want to get out of here at some point though. You know, for a parallel twin, this thing don't actually sound too bad. It's got a custom exhaust. It's got factory headers, but it's got a custom 2-in-1 exhaust that the previous owner made. Basically, you know, just, you know, hence the name 2-in-1. But at the end of it, if you can see, it's actually got the muffler from some aftermarket exhaust that actually came off of like an old 90s like EK Civic. He told me, which is really funny. So I actually have a car muffler on this thing, but I mean, it sounds good. I mean, it doesn't sound like shit, which is awesome. Especially when you're getting the higher revs too. It sounds really good. I do enjoy the sound of this thing. This really is a great bike for somebody wanting to get into motorcycles, as long as you're not afraid of carburetors. This thing is carbureted. But if you're not afraid of, you know, having to tinker around a little bit with the fueling of a carburetor, I would highly recommend this bike. I personally have obviously had some issues with this bike, but holy shit. Well, that was almost bad. But that's what I'm saying. I personally have had some issues with this bike, but I think that's also just because I bought a high mileage bike. 15,000 miles on this bike. And I also kind of, you know, I bought it really cheap. But if you spend like, you know, $2,000–3,000 on this kind of bike, with good, you know, low mileage, it's been, you know, well maintained, you'll have no issues with this bike. I mean, it's a 90s Kawasaki. They don't normally break. I just got one with gremlins, unfortunately. But I've basically weaned all the gremlins out. This bike works great now. I haven't had any issues. And cosmetically, this bike isn't perfect. This side of the bike is kind of messed up a little bit. It's got a dent in the tank. and it's got some scratches and some of the stickers have bubbled and peeled, but that's what you get for a 30-year-old motorcycle. And this is my first bike too, so you know, it is what it is. I'm not too worried about it. I've dropped it a few times myself, so the fact that it's not the most cosmetically pleasing bike does not bother me at all. I would actually recommend getting an ugly bike for your first bike, so when you do eventually drop it, you won't feel as bad. If you have like a brand new CBR and you drop it, you drop it, you're gonna feel so bad. But if you just get like a cheap shitty bike, you're not gonna care. Like a CBR F3, those things are nice bikes with their old bikes, old Gixxer, old Ninja, whatever. Just get some old, or even like a dirt bike. Learning on a dirt bike isn't that bad either. A lot of people learned on dirt bikes. I didn't. I learned on this thing, but it was really easy for me to pick it up. Especially if you already know how to drive manual, it really helps because most bikes are manual. And then I also grew up around motorcycles. My dad's ridden Harleys my entire life. Hell yeah, brother. That whole thing. I've always liked the sport bike things. I've always liked, performance-oriented vehicles. So the sport bikes I gravitated towards. But I like Harleys. I've thought about getting a Harley, like a V-Rod or a... What's the other one called? There's the Harley V-Rod, and then I think it's the, no, not the Nighthawk. I don't remember what it's called. If I think about it, I'll say it, if I can think about what the name was. Also like the Honda Fury, that's a cool bike. But damn, dude, I cannot. The Harley Breakout, that's what it's called. So the Harley Davidson Breakout, I like that bike too. But I've always gravitated towards the sport bikes. So your CBR 600 RRs, I really like. Ducati Panigale V4s, beautiful bike. And another bike I really want that you don't see many people talking about nowadays is like the early 2000s, mid 2000s Honda VF4 Interceptors, like the 800s. Those things are great bikes. They're like a little bit bigger sport touring bike, but God, I've seen one and I've listened to them and they sound great. Bigger sport touring bike, a little more upright seating position, really comfortable. It's got a V4 engine in it, but then it's also got Honda's infamous VTEC system. So it runs on 2 valves per cylinder until you get to about 6,800 RPM. Then it goes to 4 valves per cylinder. So you get that low end, or you get that low RPM fuel economy, but you get that high RPM power, and it sounds nuts. Listening to one, there's a guy I watch called V4 Rider on YouTube, and he's got one with the SE Project exhaust on it. That thing is absolutely gnarly. If I could get one, I definitely would. They're about $4 or $5 grand. I would love to have one of those, but I've always loved by. Ooh, you gotta love Coastal Woman. No, I'm just kidding. But dude, this is so pretty out. I mean, you got the hotels, you got the beach. This is beautiful. I will say, living down here has its perks. Even though it is hot as hell out here, this is, I mean, you got all the RVs out, you got the whole water, the Trump-named Gulf Coast of America, baby. Hell yeah, brother. And as we come down farther this way, you'll see all the casinos. It's like a mini Las Vegas where we're going. It's actually a really cool looking area. It used to look way in the distance down there. Some of those tall buildings are casinos and hotels and stuff. I think we have a Caesar's Palace casino, which, if you know what that is, it's a pretty big name when it comes to casinos. We've got, Margaritaville, stuff like that. It is a cool area. I do enjoy it being down here sometimes. But I do want to get out of here at some point, because the humidity and the heat kills me. I used to live in Charlotte, North Carolina, and if you know about that area actually has really nice weather. It's a little bipolar sometimes. It'll be sunny and then it'll randomly start raining, but the actual temperatures down there I mean, it would get maybe to about 40 degrees, 30 degrees at the most. And then, I mean, it would get up to maybe 90 in the summer. But the thing is it's not humid where I was. It's not humid in Charlotte. So it never felt like super wet in the heat. It was just dry heat. Also weird. Everyone's slamming on their brakes for some reason. Goddamn. But I would love to go back to Charlotte one day. I loved that area. But, you know, I guess every area has its, you know, pros and cons. I mean, you go down to Miami, right? People love Miami until it's raining and 80 degrees out and sunny and doesn't make any sense. Or a crocodile eats you, you know, because Florida. But this is like a good middle ground, I would say. Cut out in front of me, I'm gonna hurt you. Thanks. Look at them all. I really want to learn how to ride a jet ski. I've ridden on the back of a jet ski before, but I've never driven a jet ski, and I really want to drive a jet ski. It's basically just a water motorcycle. This Mustang's nice. I would like a Mustang, like a 3-valve Mustang. Alright, unpopular opinion, but I think 3 valves sound better than 5.0s. Fight me. But no, I mean, obviously the 5.0 makes way more power than a 3-valve, and it always will. But I love the sound of the 3 valves, for sure. They just sound more V80 to me. I think the Coyotes are too raspy for me. I don't know, that's just, you know, it's definitely an unpopular opinion. Like, for example, when it comes to like the big 3, right? Chevy, Ford, and Dodge. Honestly, I like the Hemis more than I like LS's and 5.0s. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate. Obviously, Chargers, Challengers, they don't have the best they don't have the best reputation. Obviously, takeovers is a big thing. But if you look behind that, I mean, like the Charger, Challenger, I mean, they're a great car. I mean, or at least the Charger. I like the Charger. It's 4-door sedan, so it's practical. It's an American car, so parts are, you know, relatively cheap, you know, because they're all in America. And I mean, they're pretty reliable if you think about it. It's just, you know, a NA or sometimes a supercharged V8. And then they sound, I love how they sound, as long as you don't straight pipe them and you actually put a decent exhaust on them. I think they sound really nice. They got the deep, like nice deep guttural V8 sound to them that I really like. But I mean, LS's, great motors, they're everywhere now. And it's kind of boring. And then 5.0s, I don't know, I've just never been a big 5.0 guy. So, but, I do like, again, I do like the 3 valves though. 3 valves are pretty cool. I wouldn't mind a, so one of my, if I was to get a Mustang, like, Mustangs obviously aren't, they're not going to be my most favorite car, but out of the Mustangs, my dream Mustang would be like a mid-2000s Roush 427R. If you know what that is, those things are really nice. Supercharged V8, I want to say they make around 400 horsepower, but they also look really cool. I like the big fog lights up front that the S197 pre-facelift Mustangs had, the big fog lights up front. I just think they had a cool touch. How far away? We're about 13 minutes. So, I wonder if we'll get to any of the casinos. I don't know if we'll get to the casinos or not. I don't know how far down this cafe is. I just heard about it and I wanted to check it out. So actually coming up on our right is this restaurant called Shaggy's. It's pretty popular down here. Me and my buddies from work, we go and we eat there, you know. We've eaten there a couple times. It's a pretty cool place, and they have all the bars are outside. and it overlooks the water, so it's really cool. I really want to go there again at some point. Maybe I'll come there this week or something. I don't know. I'll ask them if they want to go. That'd be really cool. Dude, I'm gonna open my freaking visor, bro. It's hot as balls. Ugh. I think honestly it's like 85, 90 degrees outside. I have no idea. All I know is that it is hot. I'm going to go into this cafe sweating my balls off, and they're gonna be like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. It's just hot. But look at that. I mean, the water's right there. That's so cool. It's so pretty. Cool bike. Fun bike. I like bikes. Bikes are fun. Until you crash, then it's no longer fun. But I guess that's with everything. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my visor open for a minute because I need some airflow. Yeah, there's the Shaggy's right there. Actually, there it is. It's a cool spot. I need to come to some of these restaurants down here. I don't come down here all that often, except usually to go to that Shaggy's. That's usually about it. I thought I just heard something. I hope not. If this bike breaks, I'm gonna cry. Don't break on me. I'm also thinking about selling this bike too. So I guess if anybody's in the area and wants this bike, you know, hit me up. We'll talk prices, whatever the case may be. I don't know exactly how much I want to sell it for yet. You know, I don't want to list it so expensive that everyone's like, "What are you thinking? Like, what are you on?" But I also want to get some. I also want to be able to get some money out of it. It's either, you know, buy the V4 I was talking about, you know, put some money towards that, or even to pay my car off. That'd be nice. You know, young adult things, having to pay cars off. Yeah, I think the bike's okay. How far away are we? 10 minutes. Oh, we're going up there. Okay, I think I know what kind of where we're going. So that's one of the casinos. Actually, that's one of the big casinos over there. I don't remember exactly what. I think that I don't know if that's the Caesar or if that's a different one. Like I said, I don't go to casinos, so I have no way of knowing. Ooh, Corvette. Corvette. No, soon here we're actually going to be parting ways with the ocean, unfortunately. And we will be taking an off-ramp and going kind of more mainland. I should probably get over then, honestly. I mean, look up here. It is really pretty. I will say that. Why are we hitting our brakes? You have green light, go! Dude, I was tempted to pass him on in this parking lot here, just go around. I'm not a dickhead though, so I won't. Just jump the curb. Ride the sidewalk, something, I don't know. Why are we slowing down? pass it here soon. Or no, we're actually gonna go right up next to it, basically, on this off ramp. This is a cool little area too. The lighthouse pier with Astronaut Man. Again, why are we hitting our brakes? Alright, here we go. Yeah, I don't know what this casino is. I'm not sure. What does that say? I have no idea. I don't read cursive. View Rivage something? I don't know. And then a little football stadium. I think it's I don't know if it's a high school or a college. Well, that's a baseball stadium. I don't know why I said football. But to make sure my fairings are secured. They're held in with fucking self-tappers. Old bike things, I guess. Casino Resort Spa. Like, look at this, dude. This is cool looking. Listen to that parallel twin scream. I love this bike. This bike is a great bike. Even with all the issues it's giving me, this thing's awesome. And now that it's working, you know, I should probably stop saying that because I'm going to jinx myself and it's going to break. But, you know, it is what it is. We are coming up on the cafe, so I'm excited to try it out though. I've heard the actual, like, the stuff there is actually really good though. Here it is. Looks like I'm like the only one here. This place does look really cool. Alright, well, we have arrived. I'm going to grab my food and stuff, and we will see how it goes. Be back with you guys in a minute.
Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face.
Alrighty, well, there you have it. That was really good, by the way. Highly recommend if you're in the area, go for it. The Aberville, Long Beach, whatever. Definitely go check them out. I'll leave their website in the description as well. It was really good. They were super friendly in there. I didn't really record inside because I didn't want to be that guy, you know, that puts cameras in front of everyone's faces. But the food there was very good, so I would definitely recommend you guys checking them out. So yeah, hopefully this video kind of explained my current situation and things going on, you know, kind of why I haven't been active on YouTube, kind of what's been going on. But I do hope to make some more content in the future. Now that the bike's up and running, I do want to make some more bike content, because I've enjoyed making this video so far, and I want to definitely do some more. Definitely go to like some bike events, you know, whatever the case may be. I'm like an hour from New Orleans, so you know, New Orleans has always got stuff going on. So I would definitely be down to do that, or anything like that. So just let me know what you want to see. Hit that follow button, the subscribe button if you liked what you saw. Definitely like the video. You know, give me some motivation, you know, to do some more videos like this. But nah, on a serious note though, if you are watching this and you've watched the previous videos, thank you for being patient and the fact that it's been a year and a half since I've made a video. But hopefully this video was good, and I hope you enjoyed. But I am going to just go out and cruise for a little bit, just on my own time, and I'm going to end the video here with this beautiful view of the Gulf Coast. So yeah, my name is Apex the Apex, and thank you guys for coming.